Alright, so I cleaned it up a little. I I left the 5 pi over 2 and the 5 pi over 2 from antenna to antenna, which is not really antenna. This isn't an antenna, okay? So this is where the antenna, like, this is where the connections are going to be for the spring here, spring here, spring here, spring here, spring here, okay? They're all going to connect to this one antenna. And this piece of metal is going to be basically, like, the cube inside is going to be like solid material, and then off in every direction, up, down, left, right, and then one way, are going to be like springs connecting to it, so the nubs. But on this side, you know, we're going to have the you're going to have the one-dimensional line going off of. They're going to be shorted together, okay? They're going to still remain part of antenna. So it's going to go through this and go through the antenna over a span of a distance of 5 pi over 2 to a center. That center is not going to be the magnet. The magnet is going to be lifted above, the same height as these are going to be, okay? And they're going to be put here, and here, and here. They're going to be separated by insulators, let's say, okay? You know? Maybe not insulators, maybe they're metal as well, maybe everything's shorted here, like one continuous kind of magnet thing, okay? Again, now where do you want your other magnet to be that's on the ball, okay? Where do you want this guy to be? If you had a thing of this, you're going to hold it way over here, or you're going to hold it really close to it to see it spin really fast. But you're going to have to put it close because the field of the magnets doesn't go that far. So I'm thinking for premium results, you're going to want to have your bearing here, okay, with your magnet attached to the bearing. But the bearing is going to be on a shaft, so that when, you know, this is going to be a shaft. So when the magnet is here, closest to the ring magnet, it's going to spin on the bearing, which is going to spin this whole thing, okay? Now, I don't even know if these are attached, okay? Just putting it there so that it stays together. But it would make sense if that's not attached, if that was spinning free spin. But how does this stay up, you know? There's a problem. So this is going to have to be touching, okay? Whatever. It's probably insulated from, yeah, there you go. The ring will remain a ring, but there'll be an insulator between the thing touching the ring magnet and everything else, okay? That makes sense. That makes sense to Kevin. So, this is going to be spinning, okay? I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to put a magnet on an axle to make it spin, okay? In perfect equilibrium. And if this starts spinning this axis, you know, maybe it's over here. You know, I don't know, guys. I don't know everything. I don't at all. But if you are able to create motion, I'm not a mechanical guy. Okay, I did engineering physics. I'm not a mechanical guy. Okay, but if you were to make the mechanics of this move based on that simple, like the most simplest of systems, where it's all machined to precision and assembled properly, and you're able to create motion, okay, which would create motion. I don't have spinny things, but these would also be spinning. You know, that looks like the way I would do it. Now, like, I don't know how thick the ring magnet has to be. I don't know if it has to be the whole span or if it has to be this, but there's room for both, guys. You know what? If it's the ring magnet and it's closer to here, it's closer to here if this is where the swivel point has to be. And it very well might have to be here. Okay? Unless this whole thing is swiveling and everything's swiveling in it, like, that's just too much, guys. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know, guys. But this is the way I sees it as of right now. Like, maybe this whole side is spinning and everything's spinning, and it's just this big spinning mess of spinningness, which is probably even more reason why you want it in a box. Okay? Like, I just got here tonight, but I think this is very promising based on the simple concepts that it illustrates. Even though I haven't performed the experiments myself to find out if I can get 3 volts from one of these magnet, spring, a tungsten-coated steel, I guess, and an antenna, you know, with the proper relationship between, you know, size and gauge of wire and all that nonsense that I derived somehow a long time ago. When I finally pick a scale and make one measurement That measurement will probably be the size of one of the magnets, and then that'll dictate the measurement of the spring, which will dictate the measurement of the antenna, which will dictate the spacing of the next spring, which will dictate everything, guys, which will eventually dictate the size of the box. So I can't just pull these measurements out of my butt, okay? Like, I think it's a good concept that should have some actual, you know, discussion. That's all I have to say, okay, about this. If the magnet is out here, it doesn't interfere with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's the lowest point from away from everything. It's the farthest distance if the magnet is here, in line, and outside not in line. Creates motion. We're looking for motion. Now, is it even fit? Like, can you even have a shaft? Like, can you have a three-way axis, guys? Is that even possible? In perfect symmetry? I don't know. Maybe you can make like a bit that has individual ones. Okay, this is more complicated. It needs more thinking. It needs more discussion. It needs more time, guys. I need to sleep on this. But like, look, I connected the dots. And this is what I got. The circled X. Okay, the C's, the two C's, the two 100s, okay, and your X, which is your 10. You know, but it's represented by two of them, but you just don't see it when there's a C, so it's really like 20, like 220 volts, 120, you know, 8 times 5 times 3. 120, 220, 2 become 1, you know, working together. What we should be doing as the human race, instead of division, yada yada yada, and judgment and stuff. Let's, like, you know, get the ball rolling here, guys. Let's get the axle spinning or something. Okay? Cheers, I don't waste any more of your time.